Top news topics today. Mauricio Pochettino continues to maintain his team's hopes of heading to European competition next season. Chelsea have asked Hutchinson to return to their Cobham base next week, so he can be assessed in training by Pochettino. Osimhen is not particularly interested in joining PSG, as Arsenal and Chelsea are seen as better options. Silva will leave Chelsea after appearing in more than 150 matches with the club, helping the Blues to the Champions League, Club World Cup and European Super Cup titles. Chelsea shaves West Ham United. Mauricio Pochettino talks about chances in Europe. Chelsea managed to beat West Ham United 5-0 in the 36th week. Mauricio Pochettino said this victory was proof that his team continues to maintain its hopes of heading to European competition next season. Pochettino said, as quoted by BBC International, "It was a brilliant, incredible match. They reacted in the right way. I was very happy with the way we competed on Thursday, and we have the talent to create chances and score goals. I don't relax in the dugout. I want to keep a clean sheet. West Ham are a strong team at set pieces, and we needed a bit of luck. It is important not only to win the match, but also to get a clean sheet. We need to maintain this momentum and belief. We will rest tomorrow, and Tuesday we will prepare to face Nottingham Forest. It's step by step, but the most important thing is the mentality." With this victory, Chelsea opens up the opportunity to play in European competition next season. Currently, the Blues are in 7th place with 54 points from 35 matches. They are 2 points away from Newcastle United, who are in 6th place, European Conference League zone, and 6 points from Tottenham Hotspurs, who are in 5th place, European League zone. Pochettino emphasized that Chelsea must be able to maintain this good momentum. Chelsea's first sale of the summer appears to have been confirmed. Reports suggest that Chelsea have decided to offload Armando Broha this summer, after his disappointing loan spell at Fulham. Journalist Fabrizio Romano stated that Chelsea and Broha will part ways permanently as soon as he returns from Fulham. Clubs from England and across Europe are believed to be interested in the 22-year-old. Despite his recent decline in form in front of goal, interest in Broha has not waned, with the likes of West Ham and Wolves previously keeping tabs on him. Broha made a name for himself during his season-long loan spell at Southampton in 2021-2022, where he became a regular starter and scored 6 Premier League goals. Chelsea have asked Omari Hutchinson to return to Cobham next week. Hutchinson made quite an impact at Portman Road and was named Young Player of the Year. He also won Ipswich Player of the Year on 3 separate occasions and was named Championship Player of the Month for February. Following promotion celebrations, the winger spoke of his desire to return to Ipswich next season. But first he will return to Chelsea, where he has just 1 year remaining on his contract. According to The Athletic, Chelsea have asked Hutchinson to return to their Cobham base next week, so he can be assessed in training by Pochettino before the next steps in his career are discussed. They also added the possibility of him being sold to the highest bidder cannot be ruled out, as the Blues must comply with profit and sustainability rules, as well as fund a new purchase. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano added a new loan was a serious possibility, as other Premier League clubs were also interested, while there was also interest from the Netherlands and Germany. Benoit Badiashile says the Chelsea squad trust Mauricio Pochettino, as they build momentum in the race for European places. Back-to-back wins in the London Derby, including a 2-0 win over Tottenham last week, have improved his chances of staying up next season. When asked if the squad wanted Pochettino to stay, Benoit Badiashile said, "Of course, the team supports him. The coach has given us confidence in this setup. It's helped us a lot, and we have to continue like this. I think you can see it from this game. We played a great game and we believe in it. We have to believe we still have 4 games left," added Badiashile. "I think we can do great things at the end of the season. We will try to be 6th, but first we have to believe and see what happens after. We are in an extraordinary moment. We have to keep going and perform like this every week. I think my confidence is higher now. I feel like my teammates and coaches trust me. That helps me a lot." Chelsea are the club best positioned to sign Victor Osimhen. Osimhen remains one of the most prolific strikers at Europe's top level, having scored 17 goals in 30 games so far this season. That includes 4 goals in his last 5 Serie A appearances. Osimhen is more likely to leave Napoli than last summer, as he is frustrated with their lack of progress. The center-forward has also signed a new contract which guarantees he can leave if a $130 million offer comes in. Earlier this week, Napoli were surprisingly expected to ask for Chelsea's Mykhailo Mudryk as part of a player plus cash deal for Osimhen. Gianluca Di Marzio has now provided an update on the striker's situation, and it seems Chelsea are in a very strong position. Napoli preferred to sell the 25-year-old player to Chelsea rather than Arsenal. If Chelsea include Lukaku in a player plus cash deal, Then this would save Napoli from having to go out and find a replacement for Osimhen. Lukaku may not have lived up to expectations during his second spell at Stamford Bridge, but he was lethal in Italy. Arsenal and Chelsea may get the push to sign Victor Osimhen. The latest news regarding the center-forward situation was provided by Gianluca Di Marzio, who is in Paris. In quotes provided by Calcio Napoli 24, the journalist explains why Osimhen is not really interested in joining PSG because Arsenal and Chelsea are seen as better options. He said, "The prospect of playing in France again does not excite Osimhen, who has already played there with Lille. Obviously, playing with PSG is different because you can play a game like the Champions League semi-final tonight. But the preference is England. Arsenal and Chelsea are two teams that could sign Osimhen, and as long as that possibility is open, he will wait." Napoli's new general manager Mana is in talks with Chelsea to assess whether there is scope to complete a deal and include Lukaku in a possible Osimhen deal. The deal would be similar to the one struck last summer between the English club and Juventus for Vlahovic. I'm not so sure Osimhen will end up playing in France with PSG. He often goes to England when he is on holiday and enjoys being there with his friends. It's official. Thiago Silva returns home to Brazil and joins Fluminense. The Brazilian center-back left the Blue Continent at the end of the 2023 to 2024 season and returned home, joining Fluminense. The news of Silva's joining was confirmed by Fluminense and his current club, Chelsea. The 39-year-old player left as a free agent because his contract expires at the end of this season. Official statement from Chelsea. After 4 seasons with Chelsea, Thiago Silva will leave after our final Premier League game of the season against Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge and rejoin Brazilian club Fluminense. Chelsea have agreed with Thiago that he can join up early with his new teammates, having signed a 2-year contract with the Brazilian club. Thiago will be allowed to train with Fluminense before his registration transfer on July 1st. Thiago Silva rejoins Fluminense until June 2026. He returns home. 15 years after leaving and joining AC Milan, then PSG and Chelsea, Thiago returns to where he started his fantastic journey in 1998. Silva will leave Chelsea after appearing in more than 150 matches with the club, helping the Blues win the Champions League, Club World Cup, and European Super Cup titles. Apart from success with Chelsea, Silva has also achieved it while wearing the AC Milan and Paris Saint-Germain uniforms.
Boli may regret selling Chelsea's miracle star. The player in question here is Kai Havertz, who joined Chelsea's London rivals Arsenal last summer for a fee of £65M. It has taken Havertz some time to find his best form since moving to the Emirates Stadium, but his role has grown at the club, and he has turned into one of the Gunners' best players this season. Despite a slow start as an Arsenal player, Havertz scored 12 goals and 6 assists in 35 Premier League appearances, as well as scoring once in the Champions League. Havertz started in midfield, filling the role vacated by Granit Xhaka, who left the club in the summer. However, he has recently found a place in Arsenal's front line and has been very successful in recent weeks. In fact, the German international is Arsenal's second most prolific player in terms of goals scored in the Premier League this season. His 18 goal involvements are only bettered by Bukayo Saka, with the Gunners' number 7 having a total of 25 goals, according to SofaScore. Chelsea fans may feel frustrated with Havertz's impressive performance in his first season at Arsenal. He's only 19 goals behind his tally at Chelsea, which is 32 goals in 91 games less than he played at Stamford Bridge.